All right. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're doing all right. If you're not watching live, then remember every day the stream goes live at about 12:30 UTC. So that's the zero time zone. If you want to know which time that is for you, then just try to figure out which time zone you live in, and then you can do the calculations by yourself. But UTC GMT 0, it's 12:30 every day, more or less. And if you want to know exactly when I go live, then it's very easy. You can find out going to the website and signing up on YouTube. I do my my announcements every time on YouTube. So you just go to the website Wolves of Bybit, and you scroll down. There's the logo for YouTube and also the other social media platforms if you're interested, and then you will be up to date and updated every time after time. Now, today, all right, what are we looking at? Well, yeah, there are a few indicators that could look bearish. There are a few signals that could look bullish. Are we going to the moon? Are we crashing all the way down? Well, if you want to find out, there's only one way, and that would be just to sit back, relax, and go over the technicals together with me. All right? All right, well, here we go. Hey, Nicolas Snook, how are you doing? Welcome to YouTube. Yeah, thank you for joining live. All right, so how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Beautiful day here today, and let's see if the sun is shining on the Bitcoin chart as well. Now, here's the thing where we left off yesterday. We're going to go down to the 1 hour time frame just to make it a big mess. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy to hear you're doing fine. Yeah. Difficult times lately, huh? But yeah, here in crypto land, we've been having a ball. So yeah, the question is, how long is the party gonna last? How far is it gonna go? Or was this it? Are we just gonna blow off and start diving down? So let's start first by recapping where we left off yesterday. That was the 29th at about noonish, something here. And what did I say? Not too much fear for the downside in this formation. This formation was looking really strong. What I was actually a little bit fearful of was getting a strong rejection out of this. Hey, Daryl, good morning. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing great. Well, if it's morning for you, then you should be somewhere on the east coast of the US, right? Well, yeah, welcome anyway, welcome anyhow, and thank you for joining. So, yeah, what did I say? For the downside, I was not too fearful just because we had this strong formation already building up, but going up, there was London, Ontario, Canada. I didn't know they had a London in Ontario, but yeah, I do know Ontario. I've spent some time in Manitoba in Canada. Very beautiful area, very friendly people as well. So yeah, hope you're doing great. I hope it's not too cold up there. Yeah, we're having a sunny day, but it's not too warm, but we don't have snow. So yeah, all in all, it kind of sucks being in the cold and not really having the pleasure of having snow. But yeah, we have the pleasure of being inside and having a beautiful chart to look at. So what did I say? Moving up, there were a few key points of interest, especially breaking the green line. The green line was going to already confirm a continuation to the upside. Now, of course, we were also looking at this area right here, this one, because we don't want to create a bearish divergence. On the 1 hour chart, I was pretty confident as soon as we broke above the green line that even if we corrected down, there could be a strong support being formed on what was formerly the resistance area. And okay, this happened so far. Now, of course, we need to keep our eyes open and we don't want to get caught with our pants down. So first of all, I'm going to erase all these squares on the bottom because since we have been confirmed into a whole new formation, I don't think these are very relevant anymore. The only ones that I will be drawing your attention to is this section here on the lows, and then maybe maybe also no, not this, at least this section here on the ultimate low, where we're really going to take the steep dive down if by any chance we happen to cross that area. But I think these areas are the most important for this entire situation, and I will tell you why. The only thing that could make us really turn around and start diving down is getting a continuation pattern that actually builds up from this bearish divergence. Right now, I'm not too much concerned of this bearish divergence, and the reason is that oh my god, my chart is becoming a mess so quickly. Let me just remove this so that I can make sense of it all for you guys. So what I'm really more looking at is, okay, we had a bearish divergence coming from here, and hello, Anil on DLive. Welcome. I have no idea what you just said, but I'm just gonna assume it's something friendly. Thank you. So we had this bearish divergence, kind of, sort of, little bit, but we actually come out of this this here very slightly bullish divergence. We do have a lower low on the RSI, and we do have a higher low on the price action. So this is more bearishness, more bullishness, so pressure up. Now, of course, we got stopped out because we did hit a bearish divergence here, but it's not yet 100% confirmed. Oh yeah, that's the lag is actually normal. That's YouTube's way to ensure that that the stream is going steadily and at a high quality. I could actually turn the lag and the latency down, but then the quality of the video would suffer. And because sometimes there are very thin lines and stuff and you want to see what's happening, I prefer to have a normal latency. It's, I don't know, almost a minute. So I know it's quite a lot, but yeah, that's YouTube's way of ensuring us to have a good image. So yeah, just you know, type your questions away, and as soon as I see them appear, I will take my time to answer them. All right, so don't worry about that. I've got my eyes on you guys. So yeah, we do have a little bit of a potential bearish divergence right here, but as long as we don't confirm a motion of lower lows and lower highs following up, this is not yet confirmed. So what do I mean? This something like this, then we have a local high and then a continuation down. That also corresponds with this. So the read on the RSI should also confirm what we see on the price action. And as long as we don't have that, you know, this could just be a little bit of finding support, continuation, and eventually we will make the higher high also on the RSI. So there won't be a bearish divergence after all. But we're going to measure all these things out. We are going to mark off which areas we need to see get broken and which areas on the downside we also want to see being defended, so that we know what to do as we see the price chart continue. So let's just dive in. Let's take our swimsuits on, or just go skinny dipping. I don't care, whatever you prefer. But let's go balls out. So let's also delete this one. It's kind of bugging me, and this one as well. Let's just start fresh, and this one too. Bye bye. There we go. All right, so let's first have a look at the downside. So the local low on the RSI would be this one here. So we're going to measure this off. This is set at an RSI level of 37.2. And then we go over to Pigs, his reverse RSI calculator. And we are just going to enter that number, 37.2, to see which price level this would correspond with. So from here, from this area here, we do read almost $27,000 per Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by drawing a little box right here and drag it all the way up here. Now, basically, I could even go a little bit lower just to make it correspond with the low of this area. Although I don't think it's really that relevant, I do believe that this little smudge of a bullish divergence actually resolves this situation. So most important is this section here. If and when price starts diving down, then there's a good chance, if we find support here, that actually we will see an uptrend starting to emerge out of this. Of course, we don't want to see this area get broken. As soon as it's broken, we are going to go down to the next level, and eventually coming from this level, trying to move up, because there are some bounces, we will be seeing something like this pop up, and then we have our series of lower highs confirmed on the RSI and the price action, and this is where momentum is going to start turning around until we build a new bullish divergence. So the orange box, this is kind of like our last resort, the area where price still makes a chance to pull up and to surprise us again. And what I'm going to do on top of that is just I'm going to mark off these wicks here with a big red line, because sometimes you will see price actually make a wick, actually go up again, and then the closing of the price would be much higher. So closing inside this orange box is very good, but even making a wick that pierces through, this is where you can actually really expect a steep move, because there's no support left until the next area of support that we will build off of this area here, where we make another chance to have... Okay, Nicolas. Yeah, don't worry. Reboot, and we will see you in a minute. So this here would be the area of last resort. I think if we actually manage to see this one get broken, then very logically we're going to dive down to the next level and the next level and the next level. So I don't know, do you guys want me to map this out as well? You know what, let's do it. Let's just do it for the sake of being thorough. So this is sitting at 25 on the RSI. We're just going to do the same thing. We will read 25, and this would be sitting pretty high at 25,700, basically where the red line ends. Crazy stuff. So yeah, the way this structure is built, there is right now, in my opinion, and that's my opinion of course, very little chance to see the price actually really fall through like a brick. This here, I'm gonna make it the red area. This is where a lot of support is going to kick in and at least create another bounce to the upside. So this will then confirm whether we are going to see a turnaround or not. And how can you see this? It's very easy. If we manage to break here, then instead of making a steep attempt to the upside and creating another bearish divergence, what we want to see then is a little bit of hesitation and eventually maybe creating a bullish divergence where RSI is the inverse of the price. You know, it could be a lower low on the price and a higher low on a lower low on the RSI and a higher low on the price, or it could be the other way around where we see a lower low being formed on the price. Let me redo that drawing, where we see a lower low on the price and actually on the RSI a higher low, something like this. This could also be a very bullish signal. So these are the only things that will actually confirm whether we hit a bottom or we're gonna go straight down to hell. But for now, yeah, let's not worry about that. It's mapped. We can see it. We know where it is. And now let's look to the upside, because there still is an upside where we need to keep our eyes open. And that's actually the more important one. Because right here, what I see happening is either one or two things. We go a little bit sideways and we're building up, everything healthy and good, and we just continue going. There's actually a few things that could happen. We go a little more down. We eventually end up creating a bullish divergence here, something like this, where we have a lower low on the RSI, higher low on the price action, and then we keep on going. But eventually we're going to start making higher highs in this scenario. So what do we want to see? If we make a higher high all over the price action right here, we also want to see a higher high be hit on the RSI, because if we start making a higher high on the price action and eventually we make a lower high on the RSI, that's your third strike of bullish divergences. And this is, this is where I would not hope on seeing more highs anymore. So which levels are there to break? Let's just map it out again, and then after this we're going to do the same thing on the higher time frames, because we want to make a little bit of an average. Higher time frames always put more weight to the table, and sometimes they agree, sometimes they do not. So this is why I just like to go over all of them and then see how to pick an average and which reality I'm going to subscribe to. But yeah, let's just do step by step, and we'll see what it looks like once we're done. So yeah, this area right here on the RSI, we do have a 78.5. Yeah, 78.5 is good enough for me. So let's do this. 78.5 on the price action. This would lead to 29,300, which is actually very reasonable. Of course, this is the 1 hour time frame. What we're going to do, we're going to map this out with another box, and this is going to be our blue box of hope. And Hey, buddy, on DLive, Deku. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. So, the blue box of hope. Hope, dreams, blue skies, and everything we like. Beautiful. So, basically, on the 1 hour time frame, once we enter this blue box, either we can come out a little bit or find some support on the bottom and go further up, something like this, and eventually we break it. Beautiful. What we don't want to see is get a rejection out of this box and then start making a lower low like this. This is something we do not want to see. So because this would actually just confirm the continuation to the downside, and then you know what happens. Just more downside, more downside, more downside. So I hope this is clear so far for everybody. Hey, Dr. Moody. Yes, money, money, money. Yeah, that's the stuff we're into, right? Money, money. Um, hope you made some money also on this beautiful, beautiful run that we've had so far. If you were with us, we've been documenting this run. I found the confirmation about a run, I think, here at about 18,000. That was my confirmation for a long-term run up. Yeah, so yeah, technicals sometimes they work out, but yeah, remember, take profits at levels, go level by level, don't go all in. Yeah, well, you know, there's many ways to earn bitcoins. My way is just day trading. I'm not a lottery or gambling kind of person, so yeah, this is what I do now since the lockdowns, like full time. And you know, if things keep going like this, yeah, I might consider just sticking to it. But yeah, I've been in bitcoins and cryptocurrencies actually since the early beginning, being 2012, something like this. I think Bitcoin was actually just coming out of its first bull run and then crashing down. And I started piquing my interest into mining. Then 2014 came along with Ethereum being brand new. It was very easy to GPU mine because 2012 already there were ASICs clogging up the Bitcoin network. And yeah, yeah, it is. It's very interesting. So yeah, I have no prior experience in traditional markets, forex, and all these things. I learned everything I've learned here on the cryptocurrencies, and some people might say it's a bad thing, but honestly, since the cycles are going so quickly, you know, it's like speed training. I think if you follow my channel for half a year, you will know much more than some people coming out of economics school. So yeah, that's the beauty of it. The cycles are so short, and in maximum a year, you will have seen all the possible highs and lows. Now there are some good online courses and stuff, but still they don't put you in the real life situations, and this is why I prefer to spread my knowledge this way, because we cool. Thank you very much, Dr. Moody. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Now all the other ones also come to YouTube and subscribe. So yeah, I think every day is a different situation, and you can learn about million indicators and how to use them, because there's millions of ways to use every kind of indicator. And the big difference is knowing how to use it in every certain situation. So it's not important to have a million different cars that you know how to drive. It's you have to know how to handle every kind of situation that is thrown at you, and even with the same car, doesn't matter. And that's the same thing. I'm very big on using the RSI divergences. Sometimes I also use the stochastics because they can show a little bit which momentum has been chosen. But I don't look for divergences on the stochastics. That stuff it doesn't work. But RSI is very strong for that. And yeah, if you stick with me, I will go a little bit more into details about why I think RSI is so much stronger. It's just because it's very easily to program, and bots and algorithms are the good ones at least are looking at these things compared over price. The cheap and most mainstream bots, they don't do that. But if you really go into the higher grade stuff, then you will see that they also analyze RSI over price action. Also, they take volume, traded volume in account, which is a big thing. And then there are a few little other things that I like to look at if and when in doubt, because when multiple indications, when multiple reads start to align and agree with each other, this is when you know that you're onto something, because at least a majority is going to be looking at the same thing. And that's how it works. Find where the mass is going to draw their attention on, and then use this to your advantage. And then, of course, next to technical analysis, there's also your strategy that you need to work out. And this is very personal because not everybody has the same time schedule. Not everybody is living in the same time zone. Hey, Renzo, welcome from, hey, yeah, Pluto, hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're happy. Yeah, I'm just going off on a tangent. So yeah, enough about that. We got our highs that we need to break in the blue box. This is very important. As soon as we did break this, yeah, thank you very much. Well, you're the man as well, buddy. So what does this mean? The blue box, we need to at least break it before even a pullback can be made out of the blue box without really risking a breakdown. This is very, very important. If we start going in the blue box, reject it, and we get our lower low, this is where I would not like to hold on to too much of my portfolio anymore. But of course, we still have the orange box right here, where we can still find our bullish divergence building up. Oh my God, what am I doing? Building up if we were to dive down. Now, if we would go up here, then the reads are going to, wait, let me make this differently. If we go like this and we see this, then you must understand that actually the distance going down will be completely different, and you need to recalculate where this box or how this box is going to be shaped. So yeah, this is why I'm not shouting levels. I'm showing you guys how to do this type of analysis for this type of situation. Okay, so I think this is much more important and relevant as information than just to be shouting targets and going like, yay, the moon, 35,000, yay, no, 18,000, we're gonna die, 6,000, incoming. You'll never hear me say these things because I just don't believe in it. Now, of course, the red box, this is where you want to have all your positions closed. Okay, if we are trending under this red line, I'm not holding on to anything anymore, because here in the red box, things could start going either way. There are going to be bounces. There is going to be a bounce somewhere around here between the 24,000 and the 20. say 22.8 thousand. There are going to be some bounces anyway, but is this going to be enough to recover to the upside? Only once we are there, we are going to be able to see it if and when there is a bullish divergence, a strong divergence forming and also confirming itself. Or is it just going to be one of those anemic bounces where it goes up, goes straight for the next divergence? Because if this happens, what's going to happen is going to do something like this, because moving back up is going to give so much momentum to the RSI that, it's just going to be like, the writing's on the wall and, we're done. If something like this were to happen, chances are I would be opting for the red button, go short, and then just ride it down and make money that way. Trading derivatives, it doesn't matter. The market, it can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways, it can go in circles. It doesn't matter. If you know what's happening, you will be making money. And of course, make sure that you're nimble enough, that you're not stuck in a very small range, because high leverage and stuff, this is usually what kills the trader. Being greedy and trying to make too much at once. Just go for prolonged positive P&L and just try to go for the long run. It's not a lottery that we're playing. So now that we have these areas, we know exactly which validity and which weight to put to those areas. We're just going to move over to the higher time frames. Maybe do the 3-hour, the 5-hour. We could also do the 10-hour chart, because the weekend is coming in, and maybe the longer term is also going to help us see which direction of momentum could be created and kept. So let's go to the 3-hour chart. And I always start these streams with the idea, like, I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm just gonna go over the basics and map it out quickly, and then eventually I'm stuck talking for an hour. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. I hope you're patient, because I like to put a lot of time into these things. So here on the 3-hour chart, very, very, very interesting. And I'll tell you why. We have our bullish divergence right here, and this is hopium. If you're looking for hopium, this is hopium. So we have our bullish divergence right here, starting to move up, and because we're not looking at this area anymore, because this area has resolved it. What were we hoping not to see? A higher high on the price action and a lower high on the RSI. And it's not there. We do have confirmation. So higher high on the RSI, higher high on the price action actually looks very, very promising. It looks like a new upward formation is starting to build. But be careful, be very, very careful, because it's very easy to break the formation. Like mainly for me, this would be here in this blue box. That would be the killer, the Achilles heel, if you will. So let's just go over and let's measure this big one, and let's see which price action we would need to reach for everything on a longer term to keep building and keep building and keep building. Something like this here, higher high, higher high. If this happens, then it's safe. Even if there is a pullback, just buy the dip, and you're gonna win. And eventually, what happens? Yeah, you buy the dip, bam, you win. So that was the easy play right here. Just knowing that continuation is confirmed. But here, still, a little bit doubtful. So careful. Make sure you have taken your profits in some of these areas, and now we're just going to look at the next levels. So if we continue to run up this eventually will be the high that we want to see get broken before we start making lower lows. So let's just measure this out. This is sitting on the RSI at 85.5. Let's do 85.5. It's good enough. 85.5, and that would be 31,500. Basically, this is very manageable. It's within the range. You know, there is low volume above our heads. So actually, even breaking outside this blue box, I think we're gonna see more continuation happening. But let's go with green. What do you think about green, guys? I like it. I'm happy with it. Let's look at the low. This is a 50 point. Let's go with 51. Just take an average. So that would be at 27,100. You know what? Let's move this up just a little bit, because actually it reaches the high of this volume node. So yeah, I kind of like it too. Very happy with this read. And then we have the local low here, sitting at 55.8. What the heck? What did I do? 40.1 and 42. So let's go with 41. And this one is telling us 41 on the RSI would be reached at 20,250. No, 26,250. So yeah, basically that's the bottom. That's the bottom of this one here. So yeah, the red box is going to defend the downside, that's for sure. You know, it's a wide range, I know. If and when we want to eyeball this, I would be looking at the volume profile. There could be a little bit of support. I don't know if you see it here. I'm trying to mark it. Maybe I'll just use a trend line to show you. There could be some support here on the top of this node. There could be more support here on the big node itself. Basically, the big node makes most sense if and when, I'm not saying that is going to happen, but if and when price dives down, the biggest area of defense is going to be the area of resistance, the prior area of resistance, something like this here. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna draw a horizontal ray that starts from here like this. What do you think, guys? Now let's go over to the 5-hour time frame. We're almost done. We're almost there. Let's take a look at the lows here. 47.3. Have a look. So yeah, same thing. 26,300. See, they're all agreeing. And let's go over to the 12-hour chart, because I think this is the prettiest doozy ever. Right here, we have 84.32, and this one 84.30. Now, what does this tell you, guys? What does it tell you? Just a little bit of a smudge, splitting hairs of a bearish divergence. Just a tad, you know, it's almost not noticeable. So yeah, there could be a little bit of a pullback, and let's just look here, because that's the local low. You know, that's the local low. This is crazy. That's the local low coming from this bullish divergence here. I'm not even gonna bother looking at it, because I don't expect this to go this low. I'm going to measure this the red box here, because probably the 12-hour chart is going to give us a stronger read. We got 62.25, so let's go 62.20. Oh my god, this is even higher. Yeah. Yeah, this would put us just straight into the orange box. So yeah, not much of a full-on breakdown and meltdown. We could have a little bit of a pullback. It could happen, but yeah, mainly, I would be expecting some positive continuation. Actually, just building up, with the stochastics being all the way in the bullish control zone on almost all time frames. On the 1 hour time frame, we see stochastics taking a little bit of a cool down, but apart from that, all the other time frames are well within the bullish control zone, except the 3 hour is dipping down a little bit, but yeah, it still looks like it's trying to curl back up. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. Of course, you guys have the areas of most importance. Keep your eyes on the orange box, especially if you see that the RSI is going to start confirming a downtrend, making a lower low and a lower low on the price action. You know what to do. Just close your positions and wait for the next area of support to come in. Then maybe you can play the range. Dump if you see that continuation is being confirmed, and maybe then after that could be a good time to start thinking about shorting. But as long as I haven't seen a confirmation that actually a prolonged downtrend is going to happen, I'm not touching the short button. I've done it before and I've got burned like badly. Okay, so that's for me, that's personal. That's my golden rule. Don't short an uptrend and don't go long on a downtrend. It's a very simple, right? So yeah, there we go. This is it. This is for Bitcoin. And Jesus, I've already been talking for almost an hour. I'm so sorry, guys. So yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. Let's just have a look at the dollar, because yesterday I was giving the dollar more favor to the downside. Let's see what happened. And bam. It doesn't take a genius to know that this was gonna happen. Where was yesterday? Yesterday was noonish. So yeah, we were just on the edge of the green box. And yeah, like I said, breaking the green box to the downside is just going to confirm more of a downtrend. Maybe on a short term, it could still pull through, but yeah, I'm not hoping too much. It could still happen. As you can see, as time progresses, then the RSI sometimes the expectations are not always 100% accurate. So remember, this is why you need to redo those analysis every time you're looking at a chart. And that just proves it. There's no right, there's no wrong. All there is do your due diligence, and don't be lazy. Just don't be lazy, and don't go too big. Okay? Only put in what you can afford to lose. And if you need to close your position at a loss, then so be it. Just close it and live to trade on another one. So, yeah, that's how you stay in the game. And more time will help you figure out these things faster and better and more accurately. So here, this is the last line of defense. This one right here. Now we do have our continuation pattern build up on this. We do have our bearish divergence being built up on this. Now the last line of defense for the dollar would be this low right here. That's sitting at 19.1. Let's just map it out quickly, just for fun. It's a good practice. And this one would be sitting at 89.0. Jesus Christ. So that's your range. That's your range, baby. So yeah, dollar could start finding some footing. This is a wide area, you know. If the dollar doesn't manage to find at least some grip, and yeah, that's true. I'm sorry to hear you closed your positions at a loss. Hope you didn't lose too much. But yeah, again, like you say, as long as you can keep going, that's the most important thing of all. And especially as long as you're learning, and you know, I learned this the hard way as well. Don't make your positions too big. Like me, usually most of the time, I don't go over 5x on a leverage, and even 5xing my leverage, my portfolio. Sometimes I would even drag it down a little bit, just so I wouldn't have to be too nervous. And even on a 5x, my positions will never ever exceed half of my total value. I'm trying to stick to these rules because I've learned the hard way that sometimes you need to juggle your positions a little bit, especially finding a good entry position. Like for a long, you try to look for the best entry position. You're not just going to take one and let it ride and just take the pain on the downside. Sometimes you want to be more nimble and be able to scale a little bit with your positions so that eventually when the bottom has hit, that you are averaged at the best entry position possible. And there are ways to do this, but not if someone would go like too big, too wild. Yeah, like I've seen guys go like 100x cross leverage and just like YOLO that stuff. And yeah, then usually you only live once. If it goes wrong, then say bye-bye to your portfolio and yeah, just save to try and enter a new trade. You know, it's a sad thing, but it happens. It happens a lot. So yeah, this is why I'm trying to push my knowledge a little bit. Yeah, sure. Sure, man. Yeah. If you like, you have my affiliate links, so yeah, feel free to use them. You know, there's nobody on Bybit that says that you can't have multiple accounts. It's perfectly possible. Some people even use multiple accounts to try and hedge their positions. If they're unsure, they take a long and a short, and then they just let it ride. But even then, I have been thinking about what strategy I could use to make that work, and I still haven't been able to come up with anything that looks viable. But yeah, I'm thinking a lot about strategies, and if you want to, you know, have a conversation about this, you're in the Discord channel, so yeah, feel free to ask any questions, to throw things around. Yeah, I love to do this. So yeah. Happy you're in the channel as well. Thank you for joining, buddy. So where was I? Yeah, the dollar. Here it has quite some range to make its recovery. So let's have a look at E-mini futures, and let's see what E-mini futures is doing. Because yesterday I said E-mini futures was looking good, and for now, forgive me for saying that, but I'm a little bit under the impression that E-mini futures is trying to follow what Bitcoin is doing. It has had, Bitcoin hasn't had that steep dive down, but same thing, an up, a little bit down, and looks like Bitcoin already pulled ahead. Like in the beginning of the year, we saw E-mini futures leading the way for Bitcoin, and E-mini futures being inverse correlated to the dollar. Those were some good indicators, but now I'm more under the impression that it's Bitcoin that is actually leading the way. So yeah, think about that what you want. But yeah, E-mini future is looking really, 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 really strong. There might be a little bit more of a correction, but eventually that correction will create a bullish divergence right here and there. And yeah, E-mini futures is looking very promising. So if I have to make a little bit of a guess for the dollar, I think the dollar hasn't seen its worst days yet. But of course, this is my opinion. Only time will tell. And what I suggest for you guys is keep your eyes on the chart. Go very slowly. Think about going level by level. Profit is profit. Being greedy sometimes ends up with big losses that you cannot afford. So try to stay in the game. Remember, if you enjoy this channel, subscribe on the YouTube. Go to the YouTube platform, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. I do my stream every day, 12:30 UTC. But if you hit the bell notification, then you will be notified, because on YouTube, I always do my announcements on the day itself, which time the stream will actually take place. Sometimes it's a little bit later, a little bit earlier. I do have a life besides that, and it's hard to escape from it. But yeah, on the YouTube, if you don't know where to find me on YouTube, then just go over to the website, Wolves of Bybit. It's over there. Go to wolvesofbybit.com. You scroll all the way down, and all the way down you have the links to the social media platforms. There's Twitter, YouTube, your Facebook. And then if, just like Renzo, you want to join in on the Discord channel and be able to have open discussions about all cool stuff, then sign up to Bybit using the affiliate link. This is going to waver away any idea of paying fees, because I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to make fees off of memberships and stuff, but I do want to keep my Discord channel as clean as possible, with only active traders that I really, really know that are in there to be serious and to work on stuff. So in order not to seem greedy, what I also do is every month I will look at the most active traders, and I will share a big piece of the affiliate revenue that comes out of the affiliate subscriptions. So yeah, like this, I think this will motivate people to help each other to become better traders, because yeah, logic dictates better traders make more trades, they fill up the pot much more, and there's only a win situation out of it. Now, after you signed up to Bybit using my affiliate link, send me an email with your nickname, email address, and the user ID. Also, try to add this one. It's very easy then to find you on the platform. And then I will send you the invite, and you will be part of the Wolfpack family. Well, this is it. I've rambled on enough. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. It's always a pleasure. I do love making those streams, and just having so much chat happening. It's it really warms my heart. So thank you very much, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, 12:30 UTC. Remember that. Be there. And Yeah, you're welcome, Renzo. See you tomorrow, and yeah, see you in the Discord as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks again, guys. See you tomorrow, 12:30 UTC. You be there, and I'll be square. Bye, guys.